candy, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our friends beyond the gender binary. It is sometime in the 3 o'clock hour here on KGLT, KGLZ, and KGLT.net, which means it is arbitrarily time for the coffee show with me and my fellow camper, Randy. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Randy, is what you say to me.
Yes.
I say hi, Keith.
You too.
Hi, Randy, to you too, Keith.
Thank you. That's appropriate.
Camp Candy's the one that across the lake, they have that rich vegetable camp.
Yep.
They're jerks.
All the snooty kids at vegetable camp. Camp Arugula.
Yeah. Camp Rutabaga.
Camp Rutabaga. Every night you can hear them singing and just crunching away.
They're so regular.
You know how long it takes to roast a rutabaga over a campfire?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess it's either very quick to roast or it takes forever. One of the two.
These kids are out there all night. They have been singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall, down to about 30. Michael has rowed that boat ashore so much. Sang it around, and it came back around again. And
wow.
Speaking of coming back around again, we're back with another show this week. How is this summer treating you, Randy?
Full of bug bites and staying indoors avoiding bug bites. How about your own, Keith?
I have never been to a sleepaway camp, and now that I am a middle-aged man, I never have to.
I've been to a couple, and I feel like you missed nothing. Although you probably didn't get any merit badges at your non-camp experiences.
But you know what's nice about being a middle-aged man? I can go online and just buy myself some merit badges. Because really, who is it for someone else to decide whether or not I have done enough to merit a reward? A tiny embroidered patch telling people, you know, I've read 4 or 5 books about art restoration. I think I could go buy myself the art restoration badge. I don't got to go,
I think you can, yeah, as long as you don't try and claim that you're like an Eagle Scout or something afterward. I think you can go ahead and do that legally. You can make your own. And then you can award yourself the badge-making badge.
It's a ever-recursive, ever-tinier embroidered patch showing someone embroidering a patch, showing someone embroidering a patch.
That's great that you got your archery marksmanship badge, kid. But look, I have this whole bed sheet covered with patches with things I've experienced and learned about my entire life.
That's right. Never stop learning and never stop awarding yourself a patch. If you feel like you did a good job with it, vacuuming badge, I'm really good at vacuuming. I vacuum every week.
You're okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I was only okay at archery marksmanship, but they still gave me a badge.
You know, what is this one here? Oh, I know what this one is. This one is the heart that says mom inside of it on the patch. And that, of course, is the badge you got from program underwriter Bozeman's Tattoo Alley.
And see this other embroidered patch of me, my face, shedding just one single tear? That is my Good with Needles badge.
That's good. I thought that was your you cutting onions badge.
Oh, it counts for both. That's why I have 2.
Oh, that's good.
There's a band called Chemtrails, their song Aeons. We started the coffee show this week with the group Swearin' and their song Margaret. After that, a band from all the way across the other side of the coast called Hiccup with their song Lady Macbeth and Miss Havisham. And you also heard a brand new song from the group Pony, Très Jolie, from their newest record, which is called Velveteen.
Just like the rabbit.
Yeah, just like the saddest story I was ever given as a child. The Velveteen Rabbit.
And then they told him that he couldn't have a bowl of tricks either. It just kept getting harder and harder for that darn
Why are we so mean to rabbits in fairy tales and children's stories?
It's because they steal our carrots with a popping noise into the ground.
I mean, like cartoons, they're wascally, but on like all of the stories before that, they lose races to much slower tortoises.
Their feet are apparently inherently lucky?
Oh, that is not true at all.
No. Most feet they don't have any luck inherent to them. My feet are just regular, run-of-the-mill, unaffected, positive or negative factor for luck.
You were a participant in that triple-blind survey where they gave you different severed feet to carry around from different mammals to see if any of them improved your luck whatsoever, and I don't think any of them did.
Some of them stank. I think that didn't affect my luck, but it affected a lot of other things. It was pretty gross.
If anything, that would probably reduce your luck.
You say double-blind, but it doesn't... That doesn't begin to describe what actually happened in that experiment.
I went into the Vegas casino with this giant frozen mammoth's foot. Didn't bring me any luck at all.
Had to turn it into an umbrella stand, in which maybe that's why those aren't lucky, is because there's umbrellas in them, and if you open those indoors, that's bad luck. Something about umbrellas just being bad luck.
You're already courting it. Yeah. Like most of these things make sense, like don't walk under a ladder because it's like, well, yeah, somebody up that ladder is going to drop a bucket of whitewash on you
Or you'll knock the ladder out from under them accidentally by bumping into it.
Exactly. Don't break a mirror because then you've got all this like scary broken glass around. You could hurt yourself or someone else could get hurt.
Plus mirrors can be very expensive. Don't do it.
But I guess what is the umbrella indoors? You might knock a precious Ming vase over, I guess.
If it was still wet and you opened it, it would fling water ceilingward and into every corner of the room. That's no good.
Yep, hit the Wicked Witch of the West and then she'd melt. I got you. That lady, speaking of stinky, that lady must have stank because she couldn't take a shower or a bath.
True.
Yeah.
But she could ride a bicycle through a horrendous windstorm, so that probably just blew the stink right off of her.
That's why she's in there. It's a twister. Finally, I can get some of this old witch stank off of me.
Could the good witch, Glenda, the good witch, could she not shower? Is it just a witch thing that you can't get wet?
Oh, good witches, they can't get milk on them.
They're not allowed to get totally dry. They have to like moisturize all the time.
Constantly, a little bit, yes.
Turn to a pile of dust.
They can't get milk on them. That's why Glenda doesn't go help Dorothy when she's on her sad farm in Kansas. Because if she gets even one drop of cow's milk on her, she would melt away.
Not so much melting as she was pooling into the water. She was becoming a solution, much like Strawberry Quick.
Well, Randy, whenever I've been confronted by wicked witches, I have found it is just as easy for me to spray them down with some frosty beverage from our program underwriter, Neptune's Brewery.
What a world. What a world.
I mean, you do have to expend some precious beer, but it's really worth it to get all those flying monkeys out of there.
Well, the flying monkeys were still around, right? They were still just being jerks after, throughout the land of Oz, just terrorizing people just without direction.
It was all at the witch's behest. The minute the witch is gone, they strip off their little bellhop vest and tiny hats, and they just fly off back to wherever they were from to live a good, happy, winged monkey life.
I don't buy it. I mean, those trees were jerks, right? I mean, granted, they had their reasons. They were being jerks in response to being treated terribly, but at the same time, like that wasn't at anyone's behest. Oz is full of jerks, and not to put it harshly, but just awful folks, just like the real world.
It's true. Oz has significantly unwonderful people throughout quite a bit of it.
It's just one challenge after another. Who planted all these poppies here?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Who's going to help you on your journey? This kind of dull-witted guy and this dude who freezes up a lot and is scared, and then another guy who's cowardly.
Oh, and she's perfect.
Yeah. Hair keeps changing length.
What is she missing? She doesn't know she can click her heels 3 times. Great. What a weakness.
You've had the power to go home all along. This whole movie is trash.
It was the first one in color, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah, more movies need to end that way. Oh, no, you could have fixed this anytime you wanted. Just push that button over there.
All you had to do was walk off screen at any time. Hold up this title card that says The End.
That was Professor Elemental with some theme music this week for everyone who needs an extra boost. Started that batch of songs with DJ BC mashing together the Beatles and the Beastie Boys into the Beastles, their song Tripper Trouble, and a brand new song from the Allergies featuring Andy Cooper and Marietta Smith, the song Push Right Through. Their new album is called Tear the Place Up, another magnificent work of high-energy hip-hop fun.
Wasn't Tripper Trouble an episode of Three's Company?
Was the one where Don Knotts' character, Mr. Feeney? No.
Furley.
Mr. Furley. That's right. Mr. Feeney was Bill Daniels' character on Boy Meets World.
That's correct. Yeah, you've successfully navigated that.
There we go. Where Mr. Furley loses his ascot in a punch bowl at a party, and a hilarious set of hijinks come around where also for some reason I think Gerald Ford showed up. It was weird.
It is weird. Avoid getting ascot in your punch by knocking on the door where they've been waiting for you at program underwriter Ghost Town Coffee Roasters.
I remember that sitcom Three's Company from a much more innocent time when co-ed unmarried roommates was seen as a problem to landlords.
It's none of their business.
Yeah.
Especially Mr. Furley's. Or the Ropers.
Or the Ropers.
Those nosy Ropers.
Yeah, get out of here, all y'all. Go spin off into your own universes. I'm so glad that we live in a better time now where landlords now just collect a check and keep giving excuses why they can't come by and fix anything at our apartments.
Last time I had that happen, it was because they suspected I would eventually try to claim my full security deposit. I was like, what? That doesn't...
Exactly.
I don't get it. Turns out they had just been listening on the other side of the door and misheard an entire conversation, and it just led to a lot of hijinks.
Hijinks ensued, I'm sure. Well,
also, I'm suing them for listening to my private conversations. It's you can't wiretap your tenants.
I'm sorry if you look at this clause in your lease, you did give them the exclusive right to film and tape record you.
Well, sure, but that shouldn't affect my getting charged my security deposit or not, right?
That's true.
Seems like those shouldn't be tied together.
They probably shouldn't.
I mean, obviously I signed those things away, and they get the income from the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
It's on Twitch, I think, too. I don't know the account name, but you can find it.
Probably got some upper and lowercase letters in it.
Lots of words do.
Well, streaks on the china never mattered before, and you can drop kick your jacket when you come through the door of program underwriter Whistle Pig Korean. Randy, I've just been handed a note here that says you are encouraged not to drop kick your jacket when you come through the door at Whistle Pig Korean because you might hit another diner or get it in the food.
Yeah, I also keep a lot of fragile objects in the pockets of my jacket, so it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a bad idea all the way around.
I got one of those glass birds that keeps tipping over. It's filled with the liquid that kind of reacts in the heat of the sunlight, and it starts tipping over, drinking. Yeah, when I take it to all the program underwriters so that it looks like it's drinking out of my beverage, we all have a great laugh. Then I tuck it safely back into the jacket pocket with the other fragile items that are in there.
My pocket's just crammed full of Fabergé eggs, moon rocks.
Mm-hmm. I've got one pocket that is specifically for Hot Pockets. That's my Hot Pocket pocket.
Oh, oddly very cold.
I don't keep the sleeve in there that the Hot Pocket comes in because that's just I keep that in my sleeve.
Keep it up your
obviously.
sleeve. Yeah. Yes, you have to. Yeah. This is the worst thing I've ever heard.
You don't put a pocket in a sleeve. That's ridiculous.
Randy, if you try to bring a Hot Pocket into my restaurant, I'm going to drop kick you out the door. Kate Nash with her song Drink About You. We started that batch of tunes with They Might Be Giants and their song The Communists Have the Music. After that, you heard a track called Cloud 9 by the band Man Man. 9 in this case is like the German word for no, N-E-I-N. And If You Wanna by the Vaccines.
Do we hear a lot of other numbered clouds?
Oh.
We hear lots about Cloud 9.
That is true. Baby, when we're together, I'm on cloud, 7 3/4.
Cloud 9 sounds great until you consider there's a Cloud 10 out there, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably better.
Is this a system where eventually you will reach the upper stratosphere and you'll be in space? Like there's only 10 clouds between Earth's atmosphere and then being in the empty vacuum of the solar system? Or is it like there are an infinite number of metaphorical clouds? So it's like, oh, Cloud 9, that's really nice. I'm on Cloud 1042 with my friend Steve.
Man, I'm not on any cloud. I'm just here rooted in the earth. Observations like that are best left to the professionals, like the folks at Program Underwriter, Last Best Comedy.
Here on Earth, I'm in hole 9 whenever I'm at Last Best Comedy. That's a good thing. That's a deep hole.
I mean, the ninth hole is like halfway through the entire course, right?
It's a good one because that way you're already halfway done with having to golf, and you're on the down slope.
I already know I'm done having to golf sitting just at home. It's great. I'm done golfing and just sit here.
Growing up and avoiding peer pressure and realizing I no longer need to pretend to enjoy it, yes, means I now no longer have to golf.
But Keith, where do you hold your business meetings outside of the office when you're trying to shirk your responsibilities?
Randy, as you well know, I hold all of my business meetings at Program Underwriter Columbo's Pizza and Pasta.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming. And such short notice, especially to join me here in Joe's Fun Zone. If anyone would like to join me in playing some 4-player Pac-Man, we can kick things off just right.
When we were in high school, we had a nonprofit theater company, us and our friends, and we did hold all of our legally required annual meetings at Columbo's.
Well, it's a business expense at that point, right? So you can just write it right off.
Oh, were we supposed to be filing taxes?
I don't know. I've heard that you could do that. I didn't file anything. Did you? I hope somebody did something.
No, I didn't. But you know what? That was quite a long time ago. And I think if there's a statute of limitations on taxes, we have passed it.
I think technically we never called the last meeting to a close. So we're still in that business meeting right now as we speak.
Oh, no. Quick, get down to Columbo's. Somebody order me a pizza.
I second.
Excellent.
Gentlemen, don't forget to put your tie over your shoulder so that it doesn't get marinara on it.
It's very good. That's why I just wear a tie wrapped around my forehead.
I just wear a tie made out of napkin, and I just smear my greasy hands all over it.
Oh, yeah? Well, my whole suit is made of napkins.
Oh, man, you showed me up.
I went to Men's Napkin House, and they said, you're going to love the way you wipe your hands on your suit. And I do.
I liked the company so much, I wiped my hands on all of their product and then left without buying anything.
That's right. You're that guy from the Hand Dryers Association.
Yeah, I'm the president of some other company that doesn't care about napkin suits.
And if anyone out there is thinking about stealing this idea, remember, copyright the coffee show. TMTM, napkin suits.
I'm Saul Stickyfeld, the president of Inconsiderate Buttheads.
I'm such a jerk. They made me the head of I bullied my way to head of the company.
What are you going to do about it?
That's right. Nothing. Noogie, noogie, noogie. Sir, I'm your executive vice president of marketing.
Sir, let me get you a napkin, sir.
Bah, knocks it to the floor. Well, folks, as always, don't do as the coffee show says or does. Do what is actually right and wipe your hands in a discreet fashion on a napkin or other type of device.
And if you do have a napkin-based tie, don't use a tie tack or traditional tie tack. Use a napkin ring. It's much more appropriate.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on The Coffee Show. We had so much fun being here. We hope that things are treating you nicely. This was a show recorded slightly in advance due to a summer trip that is coming up for me. So we hope that there have been no history occurrences in the last 2 weeks, please.
If somebody did try and buy out that company, then we didn't know about it.
Yeah, hopefully these napkin jokes are not terrible, tasteless. The big napkin warehouse fire.
Oh, you didn't hear, Keith? The bounty guy died.
Oh, no. The lumberjack? Oh, no.
The lumberjack, yeah. The guy on the thing with the super absorbent paper towels. That guy passed away.
Oh, no.
It was a lumberjack accident like we all expected, but...
It's brave of that paper towel company to still be the only one hand-logged and turned into paper towels.
Still better than the Charmin bears, in my opinion.
Just wipe your hands on a bear. Don't wipe your hands on a bear. PSA.
Any park ranger will tell you not to do that, Keith.
That quickly turns into feeding the bears, which we all know is a thing you're not supposed to do, especially when it is your marinara-encrusted hands.
Yeah, it's only for wiping like motor oil and stuff that they can't eat.
Also, don't do that. Do not wipe your hands on the bears.
Oh, okay. It wasn't substance dependent. It's
no.
Generally speaking, don't rub your hands on a bear for any reason.
Yeah, maybe if it's a rug, but then you might anger whoever owns that rug by getting motor oil all over it.
The ghost of the bear, he still cares.
And you don't need a ghost bear coming after you. This summer has been enough trouble. What with the smoke, what with the permanent change in the Earth's climate. Let's just not get on the bad side of any polterbeargeists.
The ghost bear from the rug, he is just constantly like making it himself harder to clean and vacuum out. He's just like constantly sprinkling crumbs in it and hard to clean things, staining the rug.
Yeah.
That'll teach you.
That'll teach you. Try to have a little romantic time in front of a fireplace with a glass of champagne.
Yeah, you think that glitter just fell over on its own? No, that was the influence of the ghost bear. Now it's everywhere.
And now you have no choice but to call a bear exorcist. Coming this summer, the Bearxorcist.
Also, the ghost of that little bear-shaped honey container is not too pleased either.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters show up and they just put out a honey trap to trap the ghost bear. I think we need to get while the getting is good. Don't touch bears. We'll be back next week with more music and fun when I say that he's Randy.
And he's Keith.
Snappy catchphrase. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of The Coffee Show World of Content. We want to say a very quick thanks to our good friend Jake Monin for our theme song, and let you know that all the incidental music in between is from our friends in the band The Ornery Jacks. Thank you so much to them for writing such great music. You can find all of their tunes and more on the internet. You know how to do that, but we've provided some links in the text description as well for you.
Yes, and I like subscribe notification.
I rang bell and left review and comment.
You sound like the Hunchback.
Well, this is my sanctuary, and also I have a constant ringing in my ears, so fair enough.